Hey everybody, it's Moshe Fried, and I wanted to make this special video for the teachers at Birch and Parkway Elementary School out in Longview, Texas. My good friend, Mr. Derek Connolly, who is the principal there, he strives to create a positive and supportive community in the school, and ClasStars is an app that helps teachers do just that. We're going to jump straight into the screen share. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Now, ClasStars is based on three basic pillars. Number one is positive engagement. Number two is good behavior records. And number three is relationship building. And here's how it works. You tap on the apple to start a session. You can title the name of the class, or you can just start the session. And in order to, now ClasStars is different than other systems because it's not a point system. Every student is entitled to have positive engagement every day, and it should not need to be earned. To record positive feedback on a student, simply swipe up on the student. This meter here keeps track of the last 2 days of positive feedback, so it's easy to identify the kids that may have been overlooked and prioritize them for positive feedback. It's just a swipe, and you know exactly what's going on. Now, keeping good behavior records is critical for behavior management. Often, students and teachers work really hard and make subtle progress. And the teacher's ability to recognize, acknowledge, and praise this progress can make all the difference. In order to record a misbehavior, you swipe down on a student. Now, the purpose of this record is not to penalize the child, but rather to understand the behavior pattern of the child. Everything is timestamped, so you can actually see later on when the behaviors are happening, and if it's based on a certain time pattern, you can address that as well. But what's important is that you're able to identify the patterns and recognize progress so that you can encourage it, so that you can praise it. It's also critical for building strong relationships, as I'm about to explain. The Gottman Institute in Seattle studies relationships. They have the ability to watch a couple discuss a disagreement for only 3 minutes and with over 90% accuracy predict if the couple will still be together in 10 years. How do they do it? All they do is count the compliments and criticisms. And what they have found in their more than 40 years of research is that couples in a strong relationship, even when they argue, will still give 5 compliments to every criticism. Couples in a weak relationship will only give 0.8 compliments to every criticism. So there's a huge disparity in the ratio of compliments to criticisms, depending on the strength of the relationships. This shows how important that ratio of compliments to criticism is as far as understanding the relationship. But the question is, how do we measure this in a classroom setting? Well, since we're keeping track of the positive feedback and we're also keeping behavior records, if we're able to identify the ratio of the compliments, the praises to the misbehavior records, the upswipes to the downswipes, we'd have a pretty good idea. Well, you'll notice that a lot of the kids here have orange borders, some have yellow borders. Darwin up in the back has got a blue border. The border colors actually reflect the ratio of the upswipes to the downswipes. So if a student has more negatives, more downswipes than positives, they will actually have a red border. And it's not intended to penalize the child. Rather, it's a reminder for the teacher to catch this kid being good. This kid needs even more support. So you prioritize those kids. When it gets to a balanced ratio, 1-to-1 or better, positive to negative, the border color will turn orange. At 3-to-1, it'll turn yellow. At 5-to-1, it'll turn blue. And at 7-to-1, it'll turn green. So now you can identify the students who need support based on 2 important criteria. Number 1, every student should get every day. And number 2, the students that are struggling need even more. When you're done, you tap here on the door button to leave the class, and that brings you to the dashboards, and you can see all the data in the various dashboards. To make it even easier, we have a simple training system that allows teachers to take it step by step, 1 step at a time, and really get comfortable using it. Teachers who have used this in class have called it revolutionary. We're excited to work with Mr. Conley, with Parkway and Birch schools to get this going. And if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.